Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Druk's Milan Unboxing. I'm Druk's Milan, of course. I'm the ring correspondent for South Africa. I also write a blog, www.couchpotatofightguru.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Druk's Unboxing, and also please give this channel a like and a subscribe. Before we go into the World Boxing Super Series this weekend, big shout out to B-Man in South African boxing at the moment. Moruti Mtalane defended his IBF World Flyweight Champion in fine style in Tokyo, Japan. Won an unanimous decision over Masayuki Kuroda. What a great fight. Props to Kuroda. He really brought it and tried his best. It was gutsy as we expected, but Moruti just outfought him in any which way. Real marvel for a 36-year-old flyweight. Now, after SSE Hydro, we carry on with World Boxing Super Series. It's no secret that I'm a fan of the show. It's good for boxing, even though it's had some glitches with the injury of Zolane Tete and some financial issues apparently. But the show goes on, and we've got the monster, Naoya Inoue, taking on IBF Bantamweight World Champion Emmanuel Rodriguez from Puerto Rico. Now, I can't wait to see the monster again. The fight itself, not that Rodriguez is a slouch in any way. He's a solid fighter, very good. But I can't see him beating Naoya Inoue. You know, Inoue hasn't put a foot wrong last year. Both his fights lasted less than a round. He knocked out Jamie McDonald in the first, then Juan Carlos Payano. That was his debut at Bantamweight, those two fights. And he's obviously carried his power with him. He's a fine technician with fight-stopping power in each hand. So, how are you going to beat Naoya Inoue? I think he does have a few glitches. He squares up a bit when he opens up on the ropes. So one way would be if you're a really explosive puncher, and when he does that, just nail him, you know. I don't think, and knock him out before he gets to you. I don't think Rodriguez has got that kind of power. Other way is to be a smooth, super slick, fast boxer and outspeed and outmove him. And the third way would be to just take everything he dishes out, keep hitting him back until you break his spirit, sort of win a war of attrition like Vince Phillips did against Kostya Tszyu. Now, that's the only option really that I see open to Emmanuel Rodriguez. So he's going to have to use his jab. He's got a very solid jab. He's got a nice short left hook around the guard. He's got to use that on Inoue. So he's got to use those things to offset Inoue. But I can't see him doing that, you know. So if I have to predict, I think Naoya Inoue is going to nail him, and it's not going to go much past 4 rounds. Perhaps Rodriguez surprises us all and takes what Inoue dishes up. It could be a very good fight, but I don't think he's quite the elite talent to get past Inoue. So I think Naoya Inoue will give his usual performance this weekend. And then the more interesting fight to me, because it's more competitive, is the junior welterweight or super lightweight semi-final, where we have the US-based Russian Ivan Baranchyk defending his IBF title against the Tartan Tornado, love that nickname, Josh Taylor. Both undefeated, both in their prime. We've got Ivan Baranchyk in his last fight. He won the vacant IBF title by beating undefeated Anthony Yigit from Sweden. He basically beat him up until he closed his eye, and they pulled him up after the 7th round. Very awkward, rough and tumble sort of fighter. He doesn't really believe in throwing a jab. He comes at you. He's heavy hands. He's tough. He's got decent power. Goes to the body quite well. And he's just got an awkward rhythm where he sort of jumps in and rush in. He's hard to time. So he's gotten by on fitness and toughness and strength, physical strength. He's not a one and done sort of zap power puncher, but he beats you up, and that's worked for him so far. Is it going to work against Josh Taylor? Taylor last year, I think he had a very tough fight against former WBC champion Victor Postol. Came through some rocky moments, won that on points. I think that experience is going to serve him well Saturday night. And then in the first round of a World Boxing Super Series, he took on undefeated Ryan Martin, completely dominated and stopped him. So Taylor's got the height and reach advantage. He's a southpaw. He's a bit quicker than Baranchyk. He's nice fast hands, beautiful jab. He's boxer puncher. He outboxes a guy and he waits for openings and then he takes him out. So for Baranchyk, I think he's up against it. I think the toughness and the strength and that rough and tumble thing is not going to work so well for him against Taylor. He's going to have to cut the ring off on Taylor, make the ring small, because like all boxers, Taylor needs time to set up. So he's got to keep the pressure on him. And sometimes Taylor has a thing that he does when the heat gets too much for him. He gets on his back foot and he sort of dances away on his toes in a circle now. When that happens, Baranchyk needs to step and close the ring off. Does he have a feet to do it? I'm not sure. We'll find out. And for Taylor, he needs to keep the fight a boxing match, keep Baranchyk at the end of a jab, and time him as he goes in. It's a difficult job, but I think that Taylor has got the timing to do it. So in the end, I think it's going to be a very good fight. It's a classic fighter versus boxer kind of matchup. Two guys with good power, two guys undefeated in their prime, but I'm going to ride with the Tartan Tornado, Josh Taylor. I think he's just has a bit more finesse. He's just a better talent. I expect Baranchyk to give him a tough fight. I expect that he's going to have a struggle here and there like he did against Postal, but I think he will just have a crisper, clearer punches, and he might catch Baranchyk lunging in and score a flash knockdown or two. So I think Josh Taylor will win a very competitive but a clear decision. Over in America, we've got Deontay Wilder taking on Dominic Breazeale. Not really an exciting fight to me. It's been shown here in South Africa on TV. Our look, of course. I think Wilder's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders now after that draw against Fury and all this messing around about the Tyson Fury rematch and the match of Anthony Joshua not happening. So Wilder better make sure that he rolls over Breazeale and knocks him out the way Joshua did, or better, because if Breazeale gives him a Rocky or Luis Ortiz kind of moment, or if he struggles against Breazeale, he can forget about pretending that he's the A side in the Joshua Wilder negotiations, if that ever happens. So that's my take on the weekend. Another good weekend of boxing. Please let me know in the comment section what you think, and enjoy the fights. And until we see each other again, remember to keep those gloves up.